Welcome everybody to your New Year's Vinyasa flow. I'm Johanna. Come join me on the mat in your child's pose. And as you get into that child's pose, bringing those big toes to touch, sinking the heels, or sinking the hips on the heels, walking those hands forward, lengthening the spine, connecting the elbows to the mat, or maybe connecting the forehead all the way down. Start focusing on those inhales and exhales. You might see me come out of the position just to talk a little bit more easily. As this is our New Year's class, as you're in that child's pose, beginning to focus on the breath, take a moment to set an intention for this class, whether it's letting go of things that no longer serve you, or focusing on positivity rather than that negativity, letting go of those negative thoughts. Whatever that goal may be for you, take this time in your child's pose to set that. And as you're inhaling, allow that inhale to travel all the way down to the bottom of the spine. And your exhale to completely release all that air from the lungs. We're going to hold our child's pose for just a little while longer. As you're inhaling, allow the mind to settle. If thoughts arise, practice labeling those thoughts, either feeling or thinking, and use that exhale to let go of those things. As we're inhaling 2021, and we're exhaling 2020. Whatever that goal is that you set, inhaling that positivity, exhaling that negativity. Using your inhale, try to breathe through the ribs, expanding the ribs out to the sides. And as you exhale, allow that exhale to become a little bit louder, letting the breath hit the back of the throat, contracting the muscles of the throat to control the breath. Taking 3 more breaths in that child's pose. Last one. With that next inhale, come into your first downward facing dog. Palms shoulder distance. Tuck the toes under, bringing the feet hip distance. Pressing the heels down into the mat. Bring the gaze to the knees. Pull that belly button in tight. Continue using your inhales to push through the wrists, lengthening in the spine, and your exhales to engage the core, pulling the chest towards the quads, sinking those heels further into the mat. One more breath, inhaling to lengthen, exhaling, push those heels in. As you inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, and walk those feet up to the hands, trying to keep those hands glued to the mat. And releasing, grabbing onto those big toes with your peace fingers, index and middle finger. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, pull the torso down, drop the head. One more breath. Now release those hands the chin, save it for last. Coming through Tadasana. As you find that inhale, reach those arms overhead, press the palms, take a gentle back bend, and then come back to the center, setting up for your warm-up of the spine. Bring those feet together, squeeze the legs, squeeze the quads, press the palms, cross the thumbs, squeeze the head with the biceps, and begin to tick-tock back and forth, going as fast or as slow as you'd like. Warming up each portion of the spine. Keep breathing. Coming back to the center. Inhale, press the palms, bring the weight to the balls of the feet, squeeze the quads. Exhale, take your first gentle back bend, looking up at the ceiling. Inhaling to come back through the center. Exhale, folding forward with a flat back all the way down. Once you're there, plant those hands and take a flow. Inhale, halfway lifting. Exhale, finding yourself in your first high plank. Hold that first high plank. Remember, you can always drop to the knees. High plank. When you inhale, shift those heels forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhaling up. Exhale back. Down dog. 3 breaths. Inhale that positivity. Exhale any negativity. As you inhale, step that right foot up, then the left, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. This time as you inhale, press the palms and lift with a flat back. All the way up to standing. This time we're going to come into our half moons. As you inhale, squeeze the legs, squeeze the arms. Exhale, up and over to your right. Coming into that first half moon, as if you're in between 2 panes of glass. Hips and shoulders square to the front. Gaze up at the ceiling. Squeeze those palms a little lower. Inhale back to center, switching the cross of those thumbs. Exhale to the left. Remember to keep those quads nice and strong here, as well as those biceps. Slightly lifting that gaze. Inhale back to center. This time release just the index fingers, cross the thumbs. Inhale, exhale, go back, weight to the balls of the feet, keeping that core nice and strong, quads are strong. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, fold forward with that flat back, all the way down. And then finding that flow. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands, high plank, taking that flow. Exhaling down. Inhale up. Exhale back. 3 breaths. Down dog. Inhale. Exhale. Don't be afraid to let that breath be nice and loud. After that last exhale, step the left foot up and then the right, halfway lifting. Exhale, fold. And as you inhale, press those palms flat back, engage those glutes and core. Inhale to rise up for our second set of our half moons. Squeeze the legs, squeeze the arms. Inhale. Exhale to the right. We're going to hold just a little bit longer this time. Squeeze those quads. Zipper up the legs. Pull the belly button in. Squeeze the arms. Last exhale. Inhale to the center. Switch the thumbs and exhale to the left. Pushing the hips out to the right. Squeeze everything in tight. Square the hips and shoulders. Inhaling to lengthen in the spine. Exhaling to sink further down. One more breath. Inhale to the center. Take that back bend. Go back. Release those index fingers. Weight to the balls of the feet. Core is strong. Rising up on that inhale when you're ready. And exhale, fold forward, flat back. All the way down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plank those hands, step or jump back. High plank, chaturanga. Down dog. 3 breaths in that down dog. Hold it right there. Make sure you're getting a full inhale and a full exhale. After you find that last exhale, step or jump the feet up. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, circle sweep those arms up into your first chair pose. Either keeping those feet together or slightly apart. Bringing the hands to parallel. Starting our first little bit of balance here. And balance for the new year. As you find your inhale, begin to rise up, arms overhead. Lift the heels. Squeeze the core and exhale. Keep those heels nice and high and begin to sink the hips. Focusing your gaze, your 1-point focus. Nice tight core. Inhale, rise up. And this time you can take a rest or just keep those heels lifted. This time we're going to bring those knees together. Heels are high, and then sink the hips. Squeeze the core. Don't stop breathing. If you have healthy knees, take a few bounces here, and come back to the center. Inhale, taking a flow in between. Exhale through heart center. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands, stepping or jumping back to high plank. Exhale, release, lower down. Inhaling up, exhaling back. This time, inhaling, stepping or jumping up, half lift. Exhale, fold. And inhale, circle sweep into that first chair pose. Weights in the heels, arms come to parallel. Make sure you can still wiggle those toes, making sure that weight is back in the heels. And now finding your drishti, that 1-point focus. Come to standing, lift the heels, lift the arms for a moment. Exhale, bring the arms to parallel, sink those hips, keep those heels nice and high. Time, rising up, lower the heels for a moment if you need, and then come back for one last time. Squeeze those knees together, sink the hips. Heels are high. Nice active fingertips. Couple bounces. Inhale, release all the way up. Exhale, fold. Take that flow. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands, stepping or jumping back to high plank. Take that arms hang out, drop the head. A few breaths here for your gorilla pose. And releasing the hands. Come into your yogi squat, bringing the legs wide, the feet are wide, and bring the hands to prayer position. You can stay right here in your squat, just making sure that your knees are right above those heels. Protecting the knees. You can always sit on a block here. If this is too much on the knees, just come into a butterfly position seated. We're working on that flexibility in the knees and hips. Stay right here. Trying to practice bringing the torso upright, building core strength. Or if you want to come into your crow, bring the hands shoulder distance, cupping the hands slightly to distribute that weight evenly in the hands. And use that breath. As you inhale, hinge forward, lifting the heels. And exhale, bringing the knees towards the armpits, like you're trying to place that knee on the humerus bone, that upper arm bone. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, bring that weight onto the knees. Gaze comes down to the mat. Lifting one foot and then the other. Touch those toes together. You can come in and out of your crow a few times. You can stay in your squat, whatever it is you'd like to do. Just take a few more breaths. If there's any inversions you'd like to take while you're here, go ahead and take those. Continuing to bring balance into the body. From wherever you are, we're going to meet back in that high plank. So if you want to jump back from your crow into your high plank, or however you want to get there, go ahead. And we'll take one more flow before we come into our standing balancing postures. When you're ready to find that Tadasana, you can roll up nice and slow if you like. Come into Tadasana. And we're going to begin with our eagle pose. As you find that inhale, reach those arms overhead, press the palms. Exhale, bring that right arm under, right leg comes up and over. Squeeze the arms. Try to bring those elbows shoulder height. And squeeze the knees. Wherever that right toe is, just make sure you're pointing it. Pulling the core in tight. Keep breathing. Sink those hips a little further. Squeeze everything. Try to one day bring those elbows and knees in line. When you find your inhale, lift those elbows up. Fill the lungs. Exhale, folding forward, sleeping eagle. Gaze comes down to the mat. One more breath. Inhale. Slowly come back up. Exhale, release. Inhale. Taking a flow in between. Exhale. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step or jump back to high plank. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. Exhale back. Inhale. Step or jump up, halfway lift. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, circle sweep overhead, press the palms. This time on the left side. Exhale, bring the left arm under. Left leg comes up and over. Finding that 1 point focus. And then finding balance. Sink those hips, shoulders, or elbows shoulder height. Squeeze the legs, point that left toe. Continue to breathe, expanding the ribs out to the sides. On the next inhale, find that sleeping eagle, lifting the elbows first, creating more room for the lungs. Exhale, fold forward, keeping that left toe nice and active as well as those fingertips. Gaze comes down to the mat. One more breath. And use that inhale to come up, rise up, and release. Taking that flow. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant those hands, stepping back or jumping back to high plank. Take that flow. Inhaling up. Exhale, back. Inhale, stepping or jumping up. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, circle sweep those arms all the way overhead and releasing to your Tadasana. We're going to come into our dancer's pose. So finding your Tadasana first. Take a moment to center the body. And coming back just for a moment to that goal that you set for yourself as we're getting into our balancing postures. Remembering that focus point to bring balance physically, and coming into this new year, bringing that focus and balance into our lives. When you're ready, on that inhale, reach the arms overhead, press the palms. Exhale, release that right hand down to your side, turning the thumb, pointing back like you're hitchhiking. Shift that weight over to the left leg, and then scoop up that right foot. And remember to find that focal point first, focusing on something up high, and maybe bringing that finger, the index finger and thumb together. Inhale, reach high, and then use that exhale to kick back. Keep your eyes focused, and use that inhale to reach the arm, and the exhale to kick that leg. Nice, long, deep breaths. Focusing on that kick more than anything else. And maybe you find the body hinging forward and your gaze lowers down. Keep breathing. When you're ready to come out the same way you got there. Take that flow. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant those hands, step or jump back. High plank. Exhaling down, chaturanga. Inhaling up. Exhale back. Inhale, stepping or jumping up. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, circle sweep those arms overhead. And exhale, Tadasana, preparing for dancer on the other side. Closing the eyes for a moment. Coming back to that focus and balance. And use your next inhale to press those palms. Exhale, release the weight to that right foot. Left hand pointed out with the thumb back. Scoop up that left heel. Using that breath. Inhale, reaches high with the right. Exhale, kicks. Focus the eyes. Inhale, reach with the right. Exhale, kicking back. See how high you can lift that back leg. You can always keep a slight bend in that standing leg. You might find the gaze lowers down. All of your strength coming from that back leg. Coming out nice and slow when you're ready. Taking a few more moments if you would like. And coming straight into that flow. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Plant the hand, step or jump back, lower down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, back. Taking 3 breaths. Inhale, step or jump up, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, circle sweep overhead. Tadasana. And this time, as you inhale, reach those arms high. Take a gentle back bend on the exhale. Inhaling back up. And exhale, fold forward. Taking another flow. And we're going to move into our warriors to our triangle. Exhaling back, down dog. As you inhale, reach that right leg high. Exhale, bend that right knee, step the right foot through, turn the left toes out. Inhale, rising into your first warrior 1. Sink those hips. And exhale, open up warrior 2. Opening up the hips to the left. As you inhale, hinge forward, flip that right palm, and exhale, reverse your warrior. Inhaling back to center. Straighten that right leg. Palms to the sky. Exhale, come into your triangle. Trikonasana. Bringing that right, little to no weight in the right hand. You can use some support on that knee, bending the knee a little bit. And the left hand is nice and active. Core is engaged. Then begin to release that left hand down. Turning those left toes in just slightly, and then reversing that triangle. Left hand comes to right foot, right hand reaches high. Twisting, giving that gaze to the ceiling. And pushing that pinky edge of the left foot into the mat. One more breath. And exhale, bringing that right hand down. You're going to turn both toes parallel. Grabbing onto the outsides of the feet. Exhale, gaze comes to the mat. Weight comes to the balls of the feet. Right below the face, halfway lift, God or Goddess. Maybe lifting one heel and then the other, or lifting both. Squeeze those shoulders back and rising up. Turning towards that front right foot. Square the hips. We're going to fold forehead to knee. Exhale with a flat back. Squeeze the head with the biceps.
Bring the pinky edge of the hands to the mat and forehead to knee. It should be easy to breathe, hard to swallow here. One more exhale. Inhale, come all the way back.
Exhale, release back into warrior two, sliding that left heel back. Inhale, hinge forward, flip the palm. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, windmill those arms all the way down. Plant the hands, step that right foot back, take that flow. Exhale down. Inhale up.
Exhale back, 3 breaths in down dog. Inhale the new. Exhale the old. Last exhale. As you inhale, raise that left leg high.
Exhale, bend the left knee, left foot steps through, right toe turns out. Inhale, rise, warrior one. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Pinky into that right foot, into the mat. Inhale, hinge forward, flip that palm. Exhale, reverse that warrior. Coming back, warrior two. Straighten out that left leg. Flip the palms to the sky. Exhale, hinge into your triangle. Little to no weight in that left hand. Right hand is nice and active. You can also bring the feet a little closer here. One more inhale, reach high. Exhale, right hand comes down, switching that triangle. Turn the right toes in just slightly. Right hand to the left foot. Left hand to the sky. Feeling that stretch all the way through the IT band on that left side. One more breath. Exhale, release. And with that inhale, we're going to come all the way up back to standing. Squaring those hips, preparing. We're going to turn to the side, opening up the feet to parallel. Arms come to parallel. Weight's going to be in the balls of the feet. Exhale, fold forward. This time, either grabbing onto the outsides of the feet or finding that clasp behind the back.
And if that clasp is behind the back, bring the gaze through the legs.
Releasing the hands. If you'd like to take this moment to find an inversion, forearm stand, headstand, anything like that, go ahead and do that. And we'll meet in our God or Goddess pose by bringing the heels in turning the feet out, knees above hips, knees above heels, and rise up, making those cactus arms. Squeeze the shoulders back. Either lifting one heel at a time or lifting both heels, sinking those hips, maybe bringing those feet a little closer. Trying to bring shoulders above hips. And rising up when you're ready. Press the palms. And pivoting towards the front of the mat. Maybe step that right foot out slightly. Hips square. Exhale, fold forward with that flat back, shoulder to knee.
Pinky edge of the hands in the mat. One more breath, pressing that forehead to the heel, to the knee. Inhale, activate those arms and rise up with the flat back.
Exhaling to open up, warrior two. Inhale, hinge forward, flip the palm. Exhale, reverse. And inhale, bring the hands all the way down to the mat. Step that foot back. Exhale, release. Inhaling up. Exhaling back. Inhale, stepping or jumping up. Half lift. Exhale, fold. And then roll the torso up for our last standing posture. Our tree pose. Finding your way back to Tadasana. And take a moment to close the eyes, centering the body, starting from the heels. Focusing on the four corners of the feet, the joint of the big toe, the joint of the pinky toe, and the back two corners of the heels. Making that strong foundation and activating through the kneecaps. Lifting those kneecaps up by activating the quads. Slightly tucking that pelvis forward by pulling that belly button towards the front of the spine. Slightly rolling those shoulders back. If you have any tension, relax those shoulders down. Turn the pinkies in to activate the arms. Relaxing the face. Relaxing the jaw and the forehead. And when you're ready, open those eyes and find your drishti. This is our last balancing pose, Vrikshasana, tree pose. And bringing that goal with you as you move into your tree pose, whatever that goal was you set for yourself. Finding your inhale, lengthen the crown, and exhale to shift the weight to the left foot, but bringing that right foot either to the inside of the calf, the inside of the thigh, or helping it into the hip crease. Whatever that is for you, you can take whichever variation you like, keeping that core nice and strong, pinkies turned in, or maybe bringing one or both hands to heart center, or growing those branches. If your foot is in your hip crease, keep your hands at heart center or below to protect that low back. If your foot is not in that hip crease, feel free to grow those branches. Maybe closing your eyes for a little bit more of a challenge. You might feel yourself immediately start to wobble when you close those eyes. Every little bit of wobble is creating more and more strength. Wherever you are, focus mainly on that breath. If you'd like to come into a toe stand here, if that foot is in the hip crease, find that toe stand. Just being very careful to bend that knee first. Bring the hands to the mat. Shift the weight to the hands. Bend the knee all the way, and then shift that weight back. Bringing one, maybe both hands to heart center. When you come out, shift the weight back to the hands again. All that weight. And then straighten the leg. And then rise up. Shifting the weight to the hands will just protect those knees. Whenever you're ready to come out the same way you got there, nice and slow. Pedaling out those heels. You can take a flow in between, or you can just take a moment in Tadasana. Grounding again through the heels. Exhales are grounding, inhales are lifting. Building that strong foundation, not only in our practice, but in our lives, so we can continue to grow. Inhale, reach the arms high, press the palms. Exhale, releasing the hands down, shift the weight to the right foot. Bringing that left foot to that same spot you had it on the other side, or maybe it's a little bit different here. Whatever it was on the last side, do your best to even it out. Something's always a little bit different. Just do your best to balance out both sides. If you found that toe stand, try to find that again. If you close the eyes, maybe close those eyes again. Allowing those inhales to move through the rib cage all the way down to the spine, and those exhales to reverse, coming back up the spine and releasing that air all the way. When you're ready to come out nice and slow, the same way you got there. Tadasana. Inhale, reaching high, taking one last back bend. Squeeze the thumbs, release those index fingers, weight to the balls of the feet. Quads are strong. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, go back. Squeeze the legs, core is nice and strong. Squeeze the head with the biceps. Rising up on that inhale. And exhale. Take a bow to your standing practice. And find your way onto your back for a traditional, transitional shavasana. All the way onto the back. Closing the eyes. Allowing the body to just rest. Allowing the breath to become nice and free. As you find that next inhale, bend the right knee, slowly bringing that right knee up, finding a clasp below that knee, as if you're bringing the knee into the right armpit, applying a little bit of pressure onto the right side of the rib cage. exhales to bring that knee in a little further. The inhales to bring the knee up towards the armpit. And the exhales to pull it in closer. One more breath. And release. Inhale to raise that left leg to the left armpit, left side of the rib cage. Inhales lift, exhales pull in. One more breath. And releasing that left leg down. We're going to come into our sit-up. Bring the arms overhead. And when we come into our sit-up, we're going to sit up on the inhale and then fold over the legs with a loud exhale through the mouth. We're getting ready. Take an exhale, pushing the lower back into the mat, engaging the core, and as you inhale, sit up. Exhale. And then find your way onto your belly for just a few spine strengtheners, all the way down. Resting the forehead on the hands. And then bringing your arms out by your sides, palms face down, forehead to the mat. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, lift everything up for your locust. Lifting the gaze to the top of the mat. Lifting those arms as high as you can. Lengthening through the head and the feet. And exhale, release, turning onto one ear. Taking one more set, come back to the center. Take an inhale. Exhale, lift. And release, left ear to the mat. Come back to the center. We're going to take our floor bow, which you can do one leg at a time, because we're going to do both 2 sets, or you can do 2 sets with both legs. Grabbing on to the insides of the feet, and as you inhale, lengthen, exhale, kick those legs, grabbing onto those feet. That kick is going to lift the torso. Lift the gaze, making sure that the knees are in line with those hips, feeling that stretch in the shoulders. One more inhale. Exhale, release. Right ear to the mat. Allow that lower back to completely relax in between. One more set. Bend those knees. Reaching for the insides or the tops of the feet, or you can flex the feet and grab for the ankles. Take that inhale. Exhale, kicking back. Maybe rocking. Trying to come onto the soft part of the belly. Exhale, release. And bringing the hands below shoulders, tuck those toes, and push back to your down dog. You can come through tabletop if you want.
making some rotations with that right hip. One way and then the other. And then extending that right leg out. Or flipping over to your wild thing. Flipping onto the pinky edge of that left foot. Right foot comes down. Right hand comes high. Making sure that left shoulder is above the wrist. When you're ready to come back, rotate back onto the left ball of the foot. Inhale, reach high. And come into your pigeon, bending that right knee. Bring the right leg below the body. And slide that left foot back, left leg back. Either staying on the hands, or you can come onto the elbows, or maybe all the way down. It's as if you're trying to make some space in that left hip joint, and pulling that femur bone away from that hip socket. Allowing your exhales to release any tension. And give your body your full attention. If your mind is wandering, come back to that breath. If you'd like to come into your king pigeon here, start with the torso upright. And then bend that left knee. Reaching back with the left hand for the inside of that left foot. And you can stay right here, getting a little bit of an extra stretch. Or using that right foot for a little bit of leverage. Flex those right toes. Inhale, reach that right arm overhead. And maybe finding a clasp with the hands. Keep breathing. Slowly coming out when you're ready. Plant those hands. Tuck the left toes under. And then step that right foot back. Down dog. Either taking a flow or just pedaling out those heels. And we'll meet back in our down dog. And once you're there, inhale to raise the left leg high. Bending that left knee and finding those rotations of that left hip. One way and then the other. And then extending that left leg out and finding that wild thing if you did so last time, rolling onto the pinky edge of the right foot. And the left foot comes down, lifting the heel, making sure you have alignment with that right shoulder. Coming out when you're ready, rotating onto the ball of that right foot, lifting the left leg high. Exhale, bend that left knee, bringing the leg under the body and sliding that right leg back. Doing all those same things you did last time. If you found that king pigeon, find that again. Coming upright first, then bending that right knee, flexing the left foot for a little bit of stability. Reach back for the inside of that right foot. And then begin to lift the left hand. Inhaling. And exhaling if you want to find that clasp. right toes under, plant the hands shoulder distance, and then step the left foot back to the down dog. Pedaling the heels or taking one last flow. And coming down onto the knees and sitting the heels back, Supta Virasana or reclined hero, getting a nice stretch through the ankles, knees, and hips, especially those quads. You can stay seated or maybe walk the hands back. You can also do this one leg at a time and just switching midway. Or if this is not comfortable at all, go ahead and roll onto your back and hug those knees in. Just being very brief. Making sure if you feel any pain, you come out right away. A few more moments here. Slowly coming back. Inhaling. Exhaling the hands to heart center. Taking a bow. Coming back again to that new year goal or mindset. And find your way onto your back for a set of bridge or wheel before we come into our final twist. Maybe rolling from side to side. If you've already been here for a little while, you can go ahead and find that bridge. Planting the feet, palms face down, walk the shoulder blades in, making sure you're not touching your heels. There's a little space between the fingertips and heels. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, lift the hips, continuing to walk the shoulder blades closer together and release the glutes, focusing on the core instead of those glutes. You can walk those heels a little closer. Make sure the knees are hip width. Tuck the chin. A little higher. And exhale, lift the heels and roll the spine down one vertebra at a time. And taking a moment to release in between. Take one more set of bridge or go ahead and find that wheel. If you're finding your wheel, bringing your hands to the sides of your heads near your ears, fingertips pointing down towards your shoulders, and use your breath. Maybe walk those heels up towards the bum. Getting ready with that inhale. Exhale, lift up. Making sure when you come down, you lift those heels first when you're ready. Lifting those hips up as high as you can, maybe walk those heels back. Again, try to keep those glutes soft and focus on the core. When you're ready to come down, lift the gaze, lift the heels, and slowly roll down. Taking as much time as you want in that bridge or wheel. Just make sure to lift the gaze, tuck the chin, lift the heels as you come out of that wheel. And before we come into our spinal twist, if there are any other inversions you'd like to take, maybe just a simple legs up the wall, or a shoulder stand, anything, go ahead and take those movements, and then we'll meet in our final twist. If you're ready to just get into that twist, drop both knees to the right, or straighten out that right leg and bring just the left knee down to the right. Arms come to parallel and the gaze is opposite of the knees. Gaze comes to the left. Maybe hold on to that knee with the hand. And just let those breaths relax the body. As you're ready to switch sides, slowly come back to the center, hugging both knees in, maybe making little circles with those knees before finding that twist on the left side, either dropping both knees to the left or straightening out the left leg and only bringing that right knee over. Gaze comes over to the right, closing those eyes and releasing all the joints. Relax the jaw. Relax that spot in between the eyebrows and the shoulders, all the way through the spine. As you're inhaling, you might feel that right arm want to slide up on the floor. As you're exhaling, you might feel that knee want to slide back. Just let the body completely relax into that twist. Or you can use that hand to go a little deeper. Letting the breath become nice and free. Maybe becoming a little louder. As you feel balanced out from your twist, come back to the center, taking any last movements you might want. And then releasing into your final Shavasana. We've been here once before. Now we get to come here again. As you find yourself there, make sure that forehead is relaxed, the jaw is relaxed, moving all the way down through the neck and shoulders, down through the fingertips. Inhaling, allowing those ribs to release tension as you exhale, and moving that all the way down through the spine and hips, quads, knees, calves, and ankles, through the toes. Maybe allow the mouth to slightly open. Close the eyes. Palms facing up. And just coming back to that breath. Nice, loud, relaxed breath. I'm going to take as much time as you need here in your Shavasana, taking one last moment to review those goals that you made for yourself for that new year. Goals of just letting go of any negative thoughts, embracing those positive thoughts, focusing on new things to come, and letting go of those things that no longer serve us. All through those inhales and exhales. And as you're ready to move throughout your day, bring these things with you